Hey, everybody. Listen, you know what? I need some tea, but I didn't get a chance to make my tea. We just had what a conversation over there at Sherelle's World. And somebody it went past the chat there. No tea, but surely had my coffee. Yes, yes, yes. It was a heated conversation. But you know what though? We're not going to get into it because I know y'all said you had enough, and we are here for the Real Housewives of Potomac recap, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to stick to it. And all I can say about this is, listen, everybody's saying he made one mistake, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about this, right? But this is just food for thought, right? There are a lot of people currently sitting in jail that made one mistake. So the thing is, you got to watch what you say, watch what you do, because yes, just like Kanye, one mistake can cost you everything. So let's get into this because we are here for the Real Housewives of look at me, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Good goodness, guys. Let me get it together. We're here for the Real Housewives of Potomac recap, and we're gonna get into it. Listen, the strangers in the building. Oh, he's not ready.
No, I need that.
Let me remove Canelo. He's not ready, but my buddy's back, right?
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing well. How are you? Listen, Black Panther. So over talking was working on my nerves. Totally disrespectful. I know, and that's why
I need to go watch the replay. I need to go watch the replay.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. Yeah, and that's why I stood quiet for a while. But I do know everybody gets passionate about their belief and their side. Do you know what I mean? But we have to be clear. Sometimes we want to side with somebody just because they look like us. But a mistake is a mistake, and you got to be clear. If somebody made a mistake, you got to call them out on it. But we're gonna move on. Emmanuel's in the building. Oh my God, I'm getting full house tonight.
Emmanuel.
Yes. Oh my God. Hey, Small. You got the pieces of Vincent. Oh, this is the stranger.
I've been sitting back there for 5 minutes like this. Like, what?
Cool child.
We got E in the building.
Don't you do it. Don't do it, Smoke.
No. I'm saying ooh child because of something else that happened.
Oh, I know.
Panel, even knows what I'm talking about.
We're not going to talk about that here. We're here for
looking good, Smoke.
Yeah, but you know what?
All right, thank you.
I had to woo. Yes, okay. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. But here we are. It's the Real Housewives of Potomac, and we're about to get into this, okay? This episode, it was okay. What happened, but we got a lot to talk about. I will throw this out there. What is her darn name? Robyn. Does somebody have some? Canelo, mute yourself, boo.
Okay. Yeah, so we got people at the door now.
Okay.
You said mute yourself.
So Robyn got a lot of heat. A lot of fans were coming for her because she did not invite Wendy and the kids to the event. Okay, I mean literal heat up in her DMs in the Instagram. But again, this is another example of, I think the guy said it when he was leaving the building on Sherelle's World. When you strike the match, expect the flame.
Exactly.
Something's going to happen. There's a reaction to every action that you do, and you're going to have to be prepared to catch the heat when you do certain things, right? But before we get into that, it opens up with Wendy and her husband Eddie talking. Eddie is grounded, okay? Eddie's not playing these games, these reality show games where we gonna just spend. Yeah, ain't he though? He's solid as a rock. He not playing these games where we just gonna spend, open business after business after business, and then we end up homeless. And then stressed out. Eddie's like, no, we ain't doing all that. So can you bet with Diva? Huh?
It's giving Karen.
It's giving Karen. Wait, who?
Eddie? Medicine. Karen stable. We not spending all this money. We handling our business. Yeah. He said, listen, we done been through this. You want to go do this restaurant thing with Peter? And he said $300K. He's like, hold on now.
Not only that, Diva, I think Eddie is trying to make sure that him and Wendy don't become Cynthia and Peter 2.0.
Oh my. Maybe
that's
so.
Diva's favorite housewife. Why are you saying that? So
Don't talk about
Because
my
that's what it sounds like, especially coming from Peter Thomas. Like, all we need is $300,000. You get 30%. That restaurant will be good the first year and a half, and then they'll start having the health department coming in. Peter swinging, sleeping with the waiters and waitresses, and then they'll be closed down, and he'll try to open a Nigeria 2.0 lounge with another Nigerian that's not on the show. So let's not give Peter any more ammunition as he already has had in the past. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and then she's trying to do a library / lounge / daycare all in one. She's trying to do a 3-in-1. That's not going to work, Wendy. But anyway, so Eddie was like, and she said it's not a 50-50 split. And Eddie said, listen, we done did this with the candles and you stressed out now. And come on, Wendy, not for nothing, your hair's falling out now. What do you think is going to happen when you start a whole restaurant? Okay. She told Eddie about how Robyn didn't invite her to the family fun day. And Wendy said she was hurt. I know Wendy was hurt. But see, Wendy's another one that doesn't get it sometimes. You went at it with them all last season. You're still going at it with her now. Now, listen, let's be clear. Robyn was dead wrong because it was a kid thing. And she should have bit the bullet because she was doing it with the kids and said, I would have just said, let Wendy come. And then I would have been praying that night that she wasn't going to show up because she can't stand me. That's what I would have did. But I would have not invited her. And I wouldn't have did it. If I wasn't going to invite her, I wouldn't have gave out the invitation in front of her, in front of everybody, because I think that was so messy. So let's talk about this Wendy and Eddie scene really quick. Sebastian, how do you feel? Are you loving Eddie?
You know what? I actually like Eddie. He's one of the husbands on this.
What happened? What am I missing?
I'm shooting my shot in a private chat. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Never mind. Carry on. Go ahead.
Let me carry on. Let me try to stay calm today. I didn't have anything to drink at all today, so I'm completely calm.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Eddie is what I believe that should be the model husband for housewives or anything on Bravo franchise.
Oh, you raised him up to the top of the food chain.
Yes,
okay,
I am. I'm raising Eddie Osefo Esquire up to the top of the bar. Okay. He does not get into the drama. He just tells his wife, you know what, you were in the wrong and all that. That's it. He, Dr. Damon, they're great. They know how to be husbands on reality TV. But beside the fact that we need to talk about how this is kind of as you said, Robyn strike the match. She stroked it.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that's coming to her is just what she wanted. You wanted to finally have your backbone after 6 seasons. You wanted to have a backbone. Well, now, sweetheart, you stroked the match and you got the gasoline back. So get ready. Because I see next episode, you're going to be coming all aggressive and things. I'm sorry, but if this was Wendy who was doing what Robyn was doing, we would have called it aggressive. We would have called it angry and everything. Robyn is getting too little over her head. I'm tired of her behavior. Her behavior is getting a little too much. We need to give it where it is. This is aggressive behavior. She's disrespecting the professor. She brought kids into this drama. You don't do that. You don't bring kids into drama of the adults. That's absolutely unfair. And second of all, I'm shocked. I didn't see the comments yet, but I wouldn't be shocked if someone said, why didn't you invite Wendy's kids? Is it because they're darker? I wouldn't be shocked if someone said that, because some can allude that. Because there's been a lot of colorism rumors that are going around about Potomac, and she should have made sure she would have never done anything that could put herself in this situation.
Yeah. So Black Panthers, safe travels, drive safely, be careful, especially 17 hours. You better than me, girl. I cannot. You got 2 hours out of me, and then I got to get from behind that wheel. So safe travels. Yeah. And I mean 2 hours. And this is after every rest stop that I see, we stopping. Because I gotta stretch, I gotta, get my mind right. Get something straight. Yes. I'm a whole situation when I'm doing a road trip. I can't do it. So okay. So Emmanuel.
Wait, Diva.
Yes.
This message is for Shade in the Hood. Please check the private chat, Shade in the Hood. That's it.
Okay.
Damn, Sebastian.
Hi, everybody.
Y'all got stuff going on. I don't even know if I want to look at it right now. But okay. So Emmanuel, oh my God, y'all got me. I can't.
I'm gonna ask you a question real quick.
What do you think about this? What do you think about? You need me, Canelo? What happened?
Can y'all can you hear anything outside?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I had to unmute myself because the werewolf is outside, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we don't hear anything. Yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. Okay, Emmanuel. Yes. So Emmanuel, what do you think? What do you think about this Wendy and Eddie scene? And are we not feeling Eddie? Eddie is trying to save the finances of his family. He's not playing those games. He's telling his wife, "You're going too much, too fast, too soon." What do you think?
Yeah, I would tell her the same thing. I agree with everything that Sebastian just said. I think they're a really good couple. They're probably the best couple in the entire Housewives. But yeah, what Robyn did was so messed up.
Who is that?
I think it's Lisa.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what Robyn did by not inviting her was just so low. Even though her event turned out to be, completely crazy, but that doesn't matter. She should have invited her in the first place. But I would not tell her, even if I was her friend, like her husband or her friend or whoever, don't do that restaurant thing, because when you're trying to do a restaurant, it takes everything from you. Like something happens to that restaurant and you got to go take care of it. So yeah, she should not do it.
Well, with 30% ownership, I don't know if I gotta run right out when something go down in that restaurant now. That there's 70% people.
I think it's 20, Diva.
Huh?
I think it's 20%.
Oh, it's 20%. Well, that's even worse. That's even worse. I'm not leaving my house.
$300,000 is a lot of money.
$300,000 is a lot of money, but since I only own 20%, when the fire department call me and tell me the kitchen's on fire, I'm in the group chat with the other owners and saying, y'all better go down there and see what's going on. I'm not getting up out of my bed. I'm a 20% of this thing. Yeah, the 70% better get going and see what's going on down there. You're in the building. What do we think about Eddie? Don't we just love him? Wendy's feelings was hurt because she did not get invited to Family Fun Day. What are your thoughts?
Hi, Diva. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
I have to totally disagree with everyone that just spoke. First of all, Eddie is not the ideal husband. We need to, him and Dr. Daddy, they can't be the best husbands when their wives are so disorderly. The way that their wives behave is a reflection of those husbands. Let's just start there. Now, the fact that I don't know, Eddie is his name. Eddie is a lawyer, lets me know that he's a manipulator, he's a liar, and he's showing us what he wants to see. Now, last night, that opening scene, he was excellent, but I have to set the precedence. Wendy gets no sympathy from me, regardless of what happened with those children, because of the way Wendy carried on in relation to Monique and Gizelle and Robyn. When that whole thing happened, she took Robyn and Giselle's side against Monique. So you watch them treat your Black sister like that, and you thought that was going to turn around on you one day. You deserve everything you get. The only thing that disappointed me is Robyn not standing 10 toes down, because as soon as she said, "You're not invited," she should have said, "Forget Wendy and forget those kids. I don't care if they Black kids. I don't care if they Chinese, Asian, whatever. Your mama can't come and you can't come either."
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, you have spoken, E. Trent, thank you for the super chat here. Next season, when are you going to run a record in the house? She all over the place. She can't stick to one brand. She is all over the place. She's all over the place because I think she thinks she want to do a Candy, but she don't realize that she's not at Candy's level yet, so to speak. So she's trying to do it all and she's not ready. Come on, caller, drag Wendy. OMG, we got some people that just don't like Wendy right now. Roy, what do you?
Yeah. Can I say hi to Royer before, because hey baby, I haven't talked to you in a while. But one last thing though. Sorry. One last thing. Yeah. We know that Wendy is a liar, like Phaedra, because she had the mic, like on the last episode. So we know that Wendy is full of crap. So save your sympathy and your tears for Wendy and give them to somebody more deserving. We need to be crying for Ray. Ray deserves our tears and sympathy. Go ahead, Royer. My apologies.
Oh my God, she's a Phaedra. Good God.
Oh, if you didn't just drop the mic, I don't know what you just did.
What did Creonta do to you?
Oh my God.
What did Creonta do to me? I live in Atlanta, and what she has done to me is she has polluted our city by stealing cars and sending other people to jail. Phaedra needs to be. She should have been sharing that sale with Apollo. I agree with my mom. And I don't want to get Diva off track with the panel. So I'm gonna, because I'm sure we're gonna get into it later. But we're gonna talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it. Now, all right, boy, here. Can you save Wendy? Because Wendy just got drowned. Can you save her? Throw a lifeline. What do you think about this scene with Wendy and Eddie? You okay, boy?
I died and I just had to come back for a second because I was just stuck. He greeted me and I was ready to greet her back, and then she came from my girl Phaedra, and then she came from Wendy, and I'm just like, dang, like, whoa, like, what a greeting, Eva. Hello, E. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Sorry, I got to gather myself back together. Sorry. I'm sorry, but I got to be Team Wendy. Robyn was completely wrong. Aside from, let's set aside all this little petty stuff that's going on. If we're having a family day, how are we having a family day and you're going to invite the kids, but you're not going to invite the parents that made the kids a family? Like, what are we doing? But Wendy trying to get into this business with Peter, it is 20%. You paying $300,000 for 20%. And like you said, Diva, if this building go up in flames, you're going to be calling me trying to like, no. Wendy needs to cut that. We need to focus on what we're focusing on. We probably need to drop some of the stuff that we're working on, being that our hair is falling out and we're stressing. So we need to push back, and we need to think about, you know, our priorities and focusing on getting us correct. As far as Eddie and this attorney thing and him being, you know, whatever, Eddie is a good guy, and we are not going to clown him out to be a clown husband. We're not gonna do that. He's not Scott.
Yeah.
He's not Eugene. We're not gonna do that. Eddie is here to support. He be helping with these kids. He be helping Wendy. We're not gonna do that. So we're not gonna
do that. Okay.
Robyn and Juan.
Wait, hold on one second. Miss True Kelly said, I love Eddie. Did anyone notice when he said that about Peter? He said, your buddy, not my buddy, to Wendy about Peter. He sure did. Boom. Check that. Go ahead, Roy. Finish your thought.
Juan is just as insane as Robyn if he thought it was a good idea to send the kids somewhere without their parents. And I really believe that Robyn has done something like this before. Like, I could totally see her sending her kids out with somebody and they don't care.
Yeah, we're going to get to that, Roy. That was messy. Fifi, thank you so much for the super chat. Family Day. Where was Juan? We're going to get there. Juan
was in Las Vegas with Michael.
Y'all should know that. I mean, wherever y'all don't see Juan, y'all know he's with Michael. Because Michael was not even in the episode.
Okay, Lisa, you're in the building. Nice to see you. Your thoughts on this scene? We're only talking about Wendy and Eddie right now. Is Eddie not a good man? Yeah, Eddie's trying to save the fun.
First of all, happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Happy
Please
Halloween.
respect your kids' candies,
My
guys.
thing of it is, I love Eddie. I mean, I love it, and I mean, to me, he's one of good-looking, doll-looking men. Is been on the Housewives. He really is. You know what I'm saying? And I love Eddie, and I think he's telling the truth. You got too much on your plate. You got too much on your plate, and baby, it's kind of think those fees over the Robyn. Girl, now I'm like Candy said, I don't know, I'm gonna make this phone call or not. She ain't gonna be cussing me out, tell me to go. And she gonna tell me, I'm gonna tell too. I don't know, I'm gonna make that phone call now. But Candy did make that phone call. Well, they can come Auntie Candace, but you know what I'm saying? But I don't blame her though. I'm not finna send my kids out with nobody that I do not trust. Like that. It's not like she's not gonna trust Candace, but you just don't send your kids out with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah, you sure don't. So
I don't think
Small,
the kids been
I'm
around
sorry.
Candace enough. Them to go out
Right.
like that.
Yeah. Smoke, you're in the building. What do you think about Wendy and Eddie?
First of all, what we not gonna do is we not gonna comfort Idris Elba while he's out in the park with his kids and their picnic basket and they trying to have a good time.
Thank you.
Not Idris Elba.
You better say that, Smoke.
But I think I just wish Wendy would just go after what she really wants in life. I just get it's too much juggling in the air, and I'm like, sis, your kids are barely like breaking into middle school. You're not even straight with that a little bit. It seems like Eddie is doing daddy daycare on Real Housewives of Potomac while mommy's trying to live her best candy-coated night dreams on the show. And it's like, you can't do that. And technically Candy can handle because she has the funds, she has a team, and she has the experience to run multiple businesses at the same time and not get overwhelmed. So I mean, I agree with Eddie. I'm looking like our money going where? Like, no, like we need to get straight. Like, first of all, you need to handle the stuff you have going on, because even he alluded a bit to, I don't even think she's even doing the Oye candles anymore. I don't think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think she is, but I think what he was trying to say is like, listen, we done been here with that. You don't even have no plan together. You're like, oh, 20%. I got to get 300K for what? What's the plan, girlfriend? So he had to write up her whole plan for her candle situation. And he's like, I'm not about to do this. That's your buddy, Peter. I don't know nothing about Peter. That's what he said indirectly. He said, I don't know nothing about Peter. I ain't about to sign off so Peter can get $300,000 of our money. Get your life together. We're not doing this right now. That's what I took from that. But Courage, you're in the building. What do you feel about Eddie?
I love Eddie. I was so appalled when they came for him last year. I was like, no, not Eddie. I don't care that he's a lawyer. If he lies for a living, that doesn't mean he lies in his life. And so far, what we've got to witness is Eddie seem to be an authentic, caring human who loves his wife and his family and has been caught in no mess, not even the lies the green-eyed monsters tried to ensnare him in. So yeah, we're going to have to stay off Eddie. But Robyn is a freaking liar. She's a freaking liar, you guys. She lies. So she's been talking to everybody about this prenup. And then she pulls out a file cabinet drawer and is like, oh, I was just going through this and we need to talk about the papers. What do you think about a prenup? Liar, manipulator. And then she tells him, oh, I was having an idea because I was a horrible person and I excluded her kids. But something that makes me feel comfortable is to have somebody else bring somebody else's kids to a family day because I'm not dealing with the person because I'm so immature that I can't get over that they were right and caught me last year. Right. So now I have a problem that I have to make these kids feel a certain type of way on national TV.
Right.
And then because you know you're going to come off looking like the butthole that we all have, you're like, oh, let me try to clean this up and then put it on her that if it's really about the kids, she'll let another human bring her kids that she birthed
that was messy.
To a family day that she's still not invited to.
Right.
Rocks Robyn. And then she explained that lie by saying, oh, Juan talks sense into her. No, she explained that whole story to Juan. She just lies on top of lies on top of lies. So this whole good cop, bad cop thing that she's playing, even in her whole life, is not flying with me. Now, Wendy, 4 degrees, 4 kids, 4 jobs, she needs to go sit down for a while. Okay? She needs to rest. Okay? This is too much too soon, and we're going to see it all play out for homegirl. Everybody get your blood pressure checked in the chat, okay? But yeah, Phaedra is innocent until the court date. Excuse me. As soon as there's a court date, as soon as there's a court date and she's found as guilty as her then husband, then we can consider anything about Phaedra. Plus, it's been a million years.
But Curse, here's the thing, though.
We keeping Phaedra free.
So wait, hold on, Curse. So, are we giving that same grace to Erica Jane then?
Erica Jane is a whole other beast.
No. Hold on down. No, hold on. If we calling a spade, and we being fair across the board. And you want to say Phaedra knew nothing about what Apollo was doing, then why can't we accept that Erica Jane knew nothing about what Tom Girardi was doing? Because let's check this.
Because
Phaedra knew her husband was driving luxury cars. She knew that this man most recently came out of, the prison or jail or whatever the case may be. Okay.
I'm totally willing to let Erica Jane have her unmelanated crime moment without dragging in a melanated person's crimes to appease her so that we don't have to care about her. Let her stand on her own. She said many episodes ago, Erica Jane's words out of her plump lips were she knew everything that Tom was doing at that office. She knew everything that was going on. She boasted about that many times in previous seasons. And now that the proverbial ish has hit the fan, she all of a sudden don't know nothing at the same firm she used to literally get a paycheck from. Now, Faye did not get a paycheck from his designer car place. And she said many a times she didn't know what the hell Apollo was doing. She did not get on.
He is a grown man, and she did not follow behind no grown man. He has nobody.
Yes, wait, hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Emmanuel, go ahead, jump in.
I was gonna say, did Phaedra ever dismiss any victims, and did she ever go on TV and say that she didn't give an F about anyone else but her? And did she ever have a song that it was expensive to be her? And did she ever do all the things Erica has done? She hasn't.
Thank you.
Well, may I ask a question?
Yes.
Because what we can't ignore. I don't know if Erica went to college, but Erica is no attorney. Tom is the attorney, and he got with a blonde. Take that, infer with that as you will. So Phaedra she has a doctorate degree. Does Apollo have a doctorate degree? Apollo is equivalent to the blonde in this situation. So with Tom Girardi, would Tom get on television and say, I don't give a F about the victims? An attorney would never do that. So why would Phaedra? The thing about it is this. Phaedra had key players. It's not just Apollo that she screwed over. It was Angela Stanton as well. She screwed over lots of people. And so what you do is you get all of your little minions.
Right now,
but you get all of your little.
Okay, hold on, guys.
Why are we talking about?
I know. Wait, hold on, Tori. Time out, everybody. It's okay. Time out, everybody. Hold on 1 second. We're going to bring this back, and I appreciate the conversation. It's okay. We're going to bring this back because the Deaconess Board has spoken, and the Deaconess Board said that Phaedra is innocent. Now, I don't know if I 100%. Hold on. I don't know if I 100% agree with the deacons, but you know what? The deacons can rule to get me off my throne. So right now, we're going to go with the deacons, okay? And they said Phaedra is innocent. She's an angel. I'm just going to say, and pass the plate. So let's get back to this situation right here. And we will say, let me jump to Toria real quick because she did not get a chance to speak on this. And then I'm going to come to Shades in the Hood. Toria, just really quickly, is Eddie, now you got me talking about Juan. Is Eddie a good man?
I think he is. He only had one flaw, and that was he loves to watch big booty women on porn. Now, he does do that, and he admitted to doing that, but he did not admit to having any affairs with them. But other than that, I think he cares about his children. He cares about what his wife is getting involved with. And Wendy, I agree with Curves. Get something and stick with it, because this 50,000 jobs, and it's just ridiculous. And that candles ain't going nowhere. They stink anyway because we got one, and they really stink.
Oh my!
But she was supposed to add pillows and like different things, like Karen did, and add all these things to the line. She never did. And Eddie ain't going for spending any more money out of his bank account. And she seems to think that what he has is hers. No, it don't always work like that in a marriage.
Okay, I don't want to go down that path yet because we got some more stuff to go through. Thank you, Toria. Shade in the Hood, what do you have to say? Is Eddie a good man? Can you hear me? All right. Okay, Shade in the Hood, you're on mute. Can you hear me? Okay, we got to move on. So we're going to go to this scene with Robyn and Juan, right? And so Robyn is messy. And here's the thing with Juan. What is he doing? Because now he's just being foolish and silliness and just ridiculous by sitting there saying that Robyn's idea to have Candace bring Wendy kids to the family fun day, he said he thought it was a great idea. Juan, are you sleeping? What are you doing? What's going on? Did you get knocked in the head with the basketball while you was teaching the kids? I don't understand that. Well, who would think that that is a good idea? And then Juan also said that he felt that Chris owes Gizelle an apology. For what? I asked you, can I speak to you in private? You say okay. I don't know. We don't know really who said go to the room yet, but y'all decided together to go to your room to have this conversation. When you get in the room and you see nobody is there, and you got issues with being in a room with a man and it's just y'all two and he's married, then you say as soon as you get in the room, like, you know what? Darn it, I thought my glam scar was going to be here. And my thing is, if you were supposed to speak to him in private anyway, why would you go to the room knowing your glam scar is going to be there? If you wanted to speak around people, you could have just spoke wherever y'all was at the beginning of the thing. The more I think about this, it don't sit right in my soul. Gizelle is being messy with this whole entire thing. But now, Juan, you talking straight stupidity, talking about, oh, Chris owes her apology. For what? What did he do?
No, Diva, he's not, because he realizes that if he goes against and puts common sense into Robyn, he knows he's next. So he's trying to stay on Gizelle's good graces so he doesn't become the next husband on the acting block. And he knows him and Robyn barely not even getting the license at the downtown hall in Potomac. So let's not go there. So he's trying to save. Honestly trying to save Robyn's job, because if they come for him, he's out for good.
Right, I agree.
Okay, so it's a save.
Yeah,
they're trying to do a save.
But what?
Okay.
I don't never think that Gizelle got the balls to come for Juan, because number one, she already know, baby dog, how much friendship on Robyn got. Robyn's not gonna go for that. And Robyn know where all her bones and stuff lies at. Like she said, have I tell you some of your secrets. You remember they were sitting down table and Gizelle said, no, we don't want that at all. No, we don't want that at all. We ain't gonna want, I don't want you to tell you know what I'm saying? Robyn already got her together on the first day, on the first season, on the first premiere, okay, of the season. So she's not gonna do that at all. Cause she already know Robyn will come for her and hang her up there by her neck. And get her together.
By the folds of her neck. It'll be by the folds of her neck, Lisa. By the folds of Gizelle's neck.
Yeah, she sure will, baby. She come for Juan, baby. She ain't gonna. Robyn going for the baby. Robyn's not gonna let nobody come for her, man. That's why she's mad at Wendy now, because of that whole fiasco. What Wendy said last season, which I do believe Wendy said out of anger, and we do say stuff out of anger. I think Robyn should get over that. Okay, let's move on and let's start fresh. Okay, She did apologize, but she said, I was mad at the moment. And I do appreciate, she said, I do think your relationship is worth something. But she was mad at that moment, though. And I can understand.
But Wendy was telling the truth in the same moment too, because nobody believes that Juan and Robyn have an actual relationship. They may have an agreement or a co-parent agreement to like raise their children, but even Wendy, not even Wendy, even Andy said it on his own. Watch What Happens Live and eviscerated Robyn and basically saying like, so when are you getting married? She's like, you'll just have to watch it. So he's like, I did. It's not on this season. So your own boss basically threw you in the fire. So I'm just looking like, why are you putting up charades? Like, if you really, honestly, I feel like Robyn's an undercover lesbian. She really wants to be with Gizelle. That's why she does as much as she does.
I don't know that it's definitely Gizelle. I think, but you might be right on that first part.
Because she gives strong energy.
But hold on, guys. We got a new. Hold on, guys. Remember, when they educate us on these shows, which rarely happens, right? When they give us some new terminology, we got to pick it up. We got to embrace it. So, Robyn and Juan, they're PPs. They're parenting partners, okay?
Yeah.
They got a PP. So, Juan is her PP, okay? He's her parenting partner, and that's what they are. And nobody's going to convince us otherwise. And I think Juan is doing scenes reluctantly. He's doing them so that Robyn can keep her job, and that, he shows up, and he's in control when he shows up. And I think he's never going to show up with the rest of the cast, because that way he gets to stay out of the shenanigans. If they don't see him, they can't put him in the shenanigans, because he's happy when he's in the family scenes.
Well, Diva, here's another thing. I won't lie. Juan was looking type good when he was walking in them sweatpants and he was doing the potato circle. I was like, I see it. I see it, Robyn. I was like,
Juan is a nice looking man.
He's very attractive.
And they have beautiful children. They have beautiful children.
They got very good looking children. And Juan is a very good looking man. And
Juan was the number one.
I'm not gonna put out in the universe that is something going on, and Robyn is in the lady pond. I'm not gonna put that out there unless I see a video. Unless I see a video coming up, somebody tell me that she's going in a lady pond. Okay. Other than that, I'm gonna say that because probably Juan probably got a contract that's saying, well, as long as you don't hear from these other girls out here, you are my man. He did put a wing on it. It might be fake. I do not know. That's not my business. Okay.
Lisa, maybe the arrangement is Michael can't call their house after 12 a.m. like he usually did at their other house or the townhouse.
Oh my God! Stop it. Okay, let's bring it back. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on, Lisa. Hold on.
We gotta.
Hold on one second, Lisa.
He gotta go time out.
Okay, hold on one second. Pia, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this conversation? And Tabitha, yes. Carter did shake Juan. He said he was on the bench. But go ahead, Pio. You're in the building.
That was funny. I know I did not hear you try to defend Apollo just a few minutes ago.
Come on, get him.
Come on, Pia. I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear someone defend Penelope Thomas Bailey's girlfriend. I don't want to ever hear that again.
That's right.
Okay. Apollo looks like a shyster.
Come on.
Okay. He walked in Charrisse's a non-existent, fashion line. Shysters do that. Birds of a feather flock together. That's all I gotta say. And yes, Robyn is gay.
Well, let me say one thing. Because you're right. How does somebody work at the courthouse and work with criminals but don't recognize you sleeping next to one every night? But let me go back to Juan and what's the lady's name? Robyn. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Juan gets no points from me for giving Robyn a ring. Forget that ring. Juan is what's wrong with this country. You have somebody like Juan sitting across from his wife, or soon-to-be wife, or his baby mama, the mother of his 2 children, and telling her, he's giving her bad advice, okay? And telling her that Candace's husband should apologize to Gizelle. He's saying that because in his mind, in Juan's black mind, he believed that women who look like Gizelle and Robyn, you should kiss the ground they walk on. And this is how Robyn and Gizelle have been allowed to get away with bad behavior season after season. The green eyed band, people think that's cute. That's not cute at all. That's bullcrap. So the fact that we have
I agree with that, E. I agree with you all.
Oh, finally. Okay, Kurz, we're gonna be friends by the end of this. So what I'm saying to you is that the fact that these men are a reflection of their wives. When their wives behave badly, and somewhere inside that means that these men behave badly. And I want to say one thing before we move forward, Diva. I want to address Smoke because Smoke says that Wendy doesn't know who she wants to be. He said that on the previous segment, and I was going to chime in. Wendy knows who she wants to be. Wendy wants to look like Robyn. And she wants to look like Gizelle. And we know this is true because when we go down Wendy's Instagram, all of the pictures are face-tuned and photoshopped. She has her complexion, but she has the body of Lisa Rinna, where it's all squeezed in and it's a size 2 and the nose is pinched in to the maximum degree. Wendy has a problem with the way that she looks, and she should stop doing that. You don't start your tagline by saying I'm a Nigerian queen, but then you get on here with this white woman hair and you don't stand in all of your queenness. Wendy needs to stand up and stand in it. Be present in the moment. And that's all I have to say on that.
Well, amen. Let the church say amen.
I mean, the Instagram is showing the receipts because I'm seeing American queen and not Nigerian queen.
I'm sorry. I don't believe that she's doing that. I don't believe that she's doing it. To me, Wendy is a beautiful dark-skinned girl.
Yeah,
she really is. I don't believe she's doing that. I don't think she wants to be like them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either.
If that's the case,
I don't either.
I want to be like them. And I know I'm already beautiful. I'm a beautiful brown-skinned girl. So you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that I'm kind of arguing with that because I don't think you want to be like them. I think that the problem of it, I think she probably want to be accepted by them.
Well, that's the same thing, their cousin.
I don't even think it's that. I think we fail to realize how much.
But she
failed to realize how much.
I agree with Yolanda. I think she's proud of who she is. She loves her heritage. She came on here strong and heavy with her Nigerian heritage. And she knows she's beautiful. She knows she's all that. Now, this fine tuning, I'm going to have to go back. I follow her on IG. I did not think any of her pictures were any lighter than they should be. I did know that she got that mommy makeover. So she has been looking very snatched. But I think she's gorgeous. And I think she's living in her melanin.
No, I'm not saying that she's bleaching. I'm not saying that she's bleaching. When I say that she's using Facetune, she's tuning her face and she's making her body smaller than what it is. When you go down her Instagram, Wendy does not look like that on camera. She does not have that Lisa Rinna. She's not that skinny. So we can't say that she may be proud to be Nigerian, but she doesn't like the way she looks. If she liked the way she looked, then she will wear. I'm not saying you can't wear extensions. I'm a black woman. I'm brown skinned. I wear extensions all the time. But she doesn't wear Look at Monique. Look at Candace. They wear Afrocentric hairstyles. The only time I think Wendy's natural hair is when it was falling out and she was going to the doctor. We can't say that she is proud because she's not standing in it and she's not being present. Why does a queen have to be accepted by the thieves who came and stole the American land?
Okay, so
I don't feel like she's trying to be accepted.
Let me do a timeout. I'm gonna do a timeout. Let me bring it back in for 2.2 seconds. Let's bring it back in. I want to come to this scene where Karen and her daughter, and she's telling her daughter how Ray is upset that she tweaked the boobies. Okay, that she tweaked the boobies, and her and her daughter have a nice little conversation. Okay, Ashley has another friend come over, and I feel like. I don't know, but I was trying to read between the lines. I feel like eventually they're going to try to weed in a younger crowd on the Real Housewives of Potomac. This is the second friend that they gave a lot of airtime to with Ashley, and we don't even know the chick. And the girl, I want to say, I guess that was her son that she brought over. And this son was bigger, way bigger than Ashley kids. But Ashley brings a little Dylan or whoever out to play with the 12-year-old. But whatever, okay. So I just feel like they're trying to bring in a younger crowd, and we're going to see how this goes. And it may be needed because somebody got to put some sense into Ashley, because Ashley is all over the place. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to just jump right into this family fun day.
Before we jump into that, Diva,
yes,
Diva,
I would have to agree with you.
Can
and
we
that would
not
make
skip
sense
over the fact that Karen threw all that chicken out?
That triggered me so much.
Dirty bird.
I was screaming at the TV, all that chicken.
That was
hold on, guys. She may be getting on the Monique kick. Monique is a vegan now. Maybe she's getting on the Monique kick. But I'll come back to you, Toria. Give me 1 second. Roya, what was you saying? You forgot. Okay.
I would agree with what you're saying about them trying to bring in a younger crowd. I really feel like that we're getting ready to push some people out the door, which is another reason why I feel Robyn has been so amped up this season, because I feel like, you've been lagging all these other seasons. And so we need some new, I'm kind of getting tired of Gizelle and these lies. Like, where's your storyline going? These girls are aging out. They're getting older. Grace is finna move out. The girls are already in high school, boo. You don't have a consistent relationship. What are you bringing to the table? Robyn, you're just now getting activated, Karen is a lover. But I don't feel like, and I feel like also with Wendy and Candace. Wendy and Candace, I don't know how well they're fitting. I feel like they're kind of playing on Candace, the friendship with Candace. We're friends with Candace, but we're really not friends with Candace, because it was really funny to me how Robyn felt so comfortable to call Candace, but like y'all are just now really, yeah. Like it was a
She was using her.
So I agree.
Yeah, told you she's a manipulator. She's a manipulator.
She's a manipulator. But wait a minute, Trent, thank you so much. And she was her nanny or her publicist / lawyer. The girl that came in was the publicist.
Yes.
And we're going to get to it, but she gets an F too. But we'll get there. Right. For the NC with Ashley, the publicist gets a big fat F. I don't know where they're finding their ancillary people at, but they're failing miserably. Because this publicist, she was behind the 8 ball. But I'm sorry, Toria, and thank you, Trent, so much. I'm sorry, Toria. Go ahead. What was you trying to say? Because you was mad that she was throwing out the dirty bird.
Yeah, I was mad she was throwing all that chicken out. But not only that, Ashley.
Somebody's typing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, sorry.
Karen didn't think about poor Ray. Ray loves chicken, and he said it many times. Yeah. And just because she can't eat chicken, she should save some for him. And I think that was wrong of her.
Now, you know what, Toria, though? It was, I'll come to you, Pia, 1 minute. Let me tell you, it was dramatics for the TV, because I saw more chicken, because I usually, there was more chicken in that freezer that she did not throw out. So it was dramatics for the TV, and I bet you my bottom dollar that when they said cut the scene, she went right in that trash can and took that chicken right back out. That might be right, and I'm sticking to it. Pia, what did you want to say?
Now, it depends. Was it KFC or Popeyes? Because now I would throw KFC in the trash. Popeyes,
no, it was all
raw chicken. It was all raw chicken in a freezer.
It was raw chicken. Frozen.
It was probably freezer burnt.
Maybe she went
because she screams, "I don't cook a lot." Karen.
That same thing I got out of that too. And that's why I thought you would freezer burn, and she couldn't do nothing with it, so she just throw it away. You know what I'm saying? I guess she got that privilege. You know what I'm saying? She is married to the Black Bill Gates. You know what I'm saying? So you can throw out the frozen burn chicken. Okay, that's hey, that's what she said. She meant to the Black Bill Gates. Okay, so
broke Bill Gates, because he's broke. Ray's broke. Ray ain't got no money.
Exactly.
Allergies are so real. You can be eating chicken all your life and then one day wake up and you have a horrible headache and your smelling doesn't work, and you go to the doctor and it was triggered by a chicken allergic reaction. Swear to God, happened to my very good friend who used to date Les Brown. Yes, it happened to her.
Let me tell you why it can 100% happen, because now they're pumping all this food with so much stuff that you're not even just really eating chicken, you're eating chicken with 1,000 other things in it. But before let's talk about this fun day, right? Which I give an F. Family Fun Day gets an F. Robyn cannot throw an event. On the table with the food and everything when it looked a whole hot mess. The games was messy. She didn't even have it organized well. Gizelle had to step in and help her organize it. And Gizelle is so full of crap, but you know what? I ain't mad of a friend, sticking with their friend. Because as she was driving up, she was like, oh, this is so cute. Girl, what's cute? There's some grass in the table, in the bleachers. No, not. She could have had a cute picnic table set up, so that when they finished with the games, they could have sat at a nice table, all decorated, and had some food there. So Robyn definitely gets an F. Mia comes there, and she said G is the husband, the family husband for the day, because nobody else except Jacqueline seemed to come with their man. Okay, but Mia is messy because she was once again talking about mommy bad in the car. Okay, Mia, we know. Mommy wasn't there for you. Okay, Mia, we know. Your mommy, unfortunately, she was on drugs. Okay, Mia, you got raised by someone else. Give your mother a break. She said sorry already. And she said it to you on TV. What more do you want? And you still talking about her. Okay, you're still talking about her, talking about thank God your auntie told you and this and that. Mia, stop it and shut up. And the kids in the car hearing you talk about their nana. Mia gets an F too. Okay, so and then Mia, you know what, do what you want, but Mia's just doing too much because the lips and everything, it was just way too much. It was just over. Yes, I am over Mia. Okay. So, and then when they asked Robyn about Juan, that was just a whole hot mess too. Oh, now all of a sudden the other day, he was hopping in the sack, in the potato sack, having fun with the kids. And then when did he go from that day to family day? Because family fun day was the next day. When did he go get this root canal?
Root canal, exactly. Those are usually scheduled, unless it was
ain't they though? So he got a root canal, his face, and he don't want nobody to make fun of him. But he sends this person in his place. Who was this sister-in-law? Who does she belong to? Who is she marrying? Who is she marrying? The sister-in-law, future sister-in-law with the baby. Who is it? Juan's brother?
Juan's brother?
I don't know. Who is she? She's a sister-in-law.
I think she said I believe that's Juan's brother's wife, because she said her future sister-in-law. So I believe that's Juan's stepbrother, something like that, wife.
No, his brother's fiance.
So they came. I mean, she came. I mean, she's a very pretty girl. She's a very pretty girl. Whoever she is, she's very pretty.
Well, they dug her out of the crevices.
Well, Diva, I agree with you. This whole thing was a complete fail, which is another reason why Robyn can go. You just now getting activated with the people. You can't put a simple event together. You didn't keep score. You didn't have any kind of real things. Like,
it was
no, you didn't.
The table wasn't even set up. Even if you were going to set the table up, you put the table covers singly on top of underneath each pan of food. Like, what are we doing?
But not only
all of us drive all the way out here in the middle of nowhere in a big old greeny grass field with nothing set up, nothing organized. You just walking around.
Y'all like y'all ain't never been to a black family fun event. And then I'm being on the table in the food.
No, my friend is
never. Don't do that. Never. I don't know what event you gone to, but never.
I'm busy picking in the pork. And
I would rather you just not put a cloth on the table at all. Why would you even put a cloth on the table at all if you're not gonna do it right? You just might as well just set the food on the table, like
on the floor.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Wait, hold on 1 second. Trent, thank you so much for the super chat. So we're gonna act like Mia's confessional shade wasn't
A1.
A1.
What confessional shade did she do that was A1 and not?
Well, she was
like,
talking about
really
Juan and
Robyn getting married.
Robyn,
Candace.
Yeah,
And
no,
Candace.
nothing Mia
Candace
does
too,
to me
yeah.
is A1.
I mean, Trent,
Yeah.
I don't think it was A1 because she's not going to remember by the reunion.
No.
He's gonna say, "Oh, did I say
shade,
that?"
I mean,
Yeah, somebody, I was trying to see it. Somebody said they should have had matching. Thank you, Sherwood. They should have had matching shirts. They should have had they should have split this thing up. It was an epic fail. And you know what, Lisa? Have I been to some crazy family fun events in the park? And yes, and I turned my butt right around and left. I took my little chair, my little fold-up chair, and said, "No, I'm not doing this. Where the chicken? Where the rice? Where the umbrellas? So I don't get sweating out here in my cute sundress. You better have that thing together when I show up." But when I said, "But hold on, Lisa," but Lisa, hold on, Lisa, hold on. When you know you're doing this thing for TV, right, Lisa? Because Robyn should be an expert in this thing right now. No way. If Bravo say, no, hold on, Lisa. If Bravo tell me, "Hey, Diva, these few events are going to be yours this season," you better believe that if I don't even have the money myself, I'm calling my uncle, my cousin, my brother, throw some money in my Cash App, because when this ain't on TV, I got to get it right. And I'm going to call the event planner, and she's going to set up the little picnic table on the grass with the pillows and stuff, and the champagne bottles and some sparkling water for the kids or whatever. And I'm going to have a table for the kids, so the kids be over there and they won't be in an adult conversation. And then I'm going to have a table for the adults. So no, I'm going to be ready, and I'm going to have the games right, and I'm going to facilitate those games, and I'm going to have an area for the games. It's not going to be a whole hot mess. The tug of war was a mess. The potato sack race was a mess, and whatever else they did, it was a mess. You can ask.
When you've been on the show for 6 seasons, you have been on the show for 6 seasons.
I ain't finding y'all to my picnic park. I ain't finding y'all to my picnic park, because we're gonna do stuff like that. We're gonna have some fun. I ain't gonna have no. I'm gonna have some food for you, but it might be look like that, but it's gonna look a little more better. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you just said it,
a little more better. A little more better.
You said it's gonna look a little more better. That's it, Lisa. You said it.
Diva, not only that, Diva, but not only that, Candace in her first season threw a better event than her, and they were clowning her because she didn't have no napkins. Sis took out the t-shirts and gave it to them and like, let's eat. So the fact that a newbie came in and was able to host an event and get it right off the jump, and you are like a 7-time housewife and you can barely organize that, organize a business, organize your marriage, like get it together, says, I need you to win at something.
I'm co-signing on everything Smoke said. She needs to be good at something. Can you imagine her poor kids' unbirthday parties? Can you imagine how travesties those had to be? Like, really, I bet she was blowing up balloons when the people were walking in the door, or saying, "Can you help me with this?" or something like that.
As far as we know, the kids don't even get birthday parties because she doesn't even wake those kids up for school. We saw that. But I do want to say, I give Mia an A for effort because we have to have a heart with Mia. I do think Mia is another one who struggles with body because Mia did. I think Mia struggles with body dysphoria, and her scenes, her scenes are so cringeworthy. Her facial expressions, it's like she knows the camera is there. It's so inauthentic, and I really feel like that's why she keeps harping on the issue with her mom. I really do. But before we move on, I just want to say,
wait. Can I just say, why you get all these excuses for some people and all that, but then other people? I mean, why does she get? I mean, what has she done for us that we should what?
Well, she's still new.
Do me a favor. Hold on before you answer. Listen, baby daddy, we cannot be talking, business, okay? Oh, during the recap.
Oh, no.
You talk to me later, baby daddy.
I'm
just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. You know I love you. You know I love you. But listen. Okay, so great. Thank you so much. Mia stated Ashley using her kids, for checks, You know what? Thank you for the super chat. Okay, so who was speaking? E, go ahead. I'm sorry, I had to get that out real quick. But yes, go ahead. Talk
No,
to me.
I understand. This is Mia's second time around, and so she's still fresh. I feel like we should give the underdog a chance. And lastly, we know that Candace is not the type of woman who should be in close proximity to children. Candace has stepchildren who live with her. Why didn't she bring those children? So it's unrealistic to think that she would really bring Wendy's children, even if Wendy would have allowed her. Candace don't want to be around no damn kids.
Those kids don't live with her full time. Those kids.
I thought they lived with her last season.
No, they were just there when school was out.
Yeah,
they went back home to their mom.
Right.
They went back home to their mom.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Thank you. Wait, hold on, guys. Thank you for the super chat. You know what? I believe you are correct. Robyn made up that fun day to hurt Wendy. I do believe that. And you know what? I also feel like the only reason why she backtracked and wanted to try to invite the kids is because Wendy called her out and said how low that was. Yep. How could you do that to some kids? And you know, these kids, she didn't say these words, but you know these kids could possibly see this show, and you know that the people come at us, so you know they have a chance to find this out. So Robyn, you're gutter low. And then for Robyn to say in her confessional, oh, see, I knew it's not about the kids. Robyn, you look just as stupid. Yeah, that was the dumbest point ever.
And
what
mother? Not to take up for Robyn because she was wrong, period, about the kids. But Wendy made it quite clear her children does not watch that show. She monitors them what they watch on the internet, and her husband don't watch that show.
That doesn't
I'm sorry. At school from saying, "Oh, did you see last night's thing when Robyn didn't even watch you at her thing?"
Right, they're going to private school. They ain't going to no type of school, no city school or nothing. They're going to private
that don't
school.
matter.
The people that ain't even that school, them people ain't checking for no house.
That's what I was going to say. Sometimes they work. But Pia, go ahead, add to the conversation. What was you about to say?
I was like, it doesn't matter because if you noticed, even at the family fun day, which was just so boring. I had to get up and go get a yogurt at that scene as well. She kept saying over and over again, it's not about the kids. It's not about the kids. It's not about the kids. If you know that it wasn't about the kids, why do you keep saying it? I don't care what anyone says, what anyone does. If you're having a family fun day, you invite everybody. Don't circumvent and be like, Candace be the auntie. No, I would have been like, no, I'm not going if I can't bring them. And my thing is, what did Wendy say or do to Robyn for her to have this much disdain for her?
She spoke the truth about the current circumstances of her relationship with Juan and the marriage coming up and how it's a fake relationship. That's what she said about that last season, and they probably were going to get married.
Well, it is.
They aren't married, so what's she mad about?
It is a fake relationship. Look, Juan is a better human being than me because if you took my money and squandered it, I'm not staying with you. I don't give a damn if we got kids. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not staying with you. I ain't trying to work it out. I'm not doing nothing. And she thinks she brand new because, you know, she got a little bit of money from them hats that I know did nobody buy.
And I think it's a podcast too. But hold on, Curtis, I'll let you in. But 1 minute. Where was the table and chairs? Where was the ambiance? Where was the organization? Where was everything? Family Fun Day gets an F. Point blank. Period. But let me throw this into the conversation. How Karen is allergic to Charrisse. Okay, she ain't trying to be nowhere where Charrisse is. She's ready to leave. Did I say Candace? I meant to say Karen is allergic to Charrisse. Karen is allergic to Charrisse, and Candace has no love for Gizelle. But you know what? I'm gonna give to Candace. Candace went and hugged her daughter and said hello to her daughter. But she kept it pushing when it came to Gizelle. And see, that's where Robyn could have took a page out of Candace's book.
Exactly.
You invite the kids there and with their mama. No, not nobody, no surrogate person bringing her kids. You invite Wendy, you invite her kids, you go up and you hug Wendy's kids and you just give Wendy the hey and keep it pushing. And that's how you should have did Family Day. You know, Karen, as soon as Charrisse got there, she got the coughing and the choking and put a mask back on and she said deuces. Okay, she was out. And listen, she allowed G to walk into the car. And that's why I'm telling y'all, remember when we did our investigation last week? G is not the one that did whatever she claimed was done to her way back when. So that's pretty much for Family Fun Day. I want to get to this last scene, but does anybody else have anything to say about Family Fun Day?
I have one thing that I have
do.
to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Sebastian, go ahead.
I can understand where Karen's coming from because, you know, I'm allergic to mooses myself. So I get it. I get it.
Are you calling Charrisse a moose?
Yes, I did.
Why?
I don't know why they just won't get it.
I don't know why she called her a moose. Because of the people in the bunch, Mia is the most moosish. So why are you calling Charrisse a moose?
Because I'm calling her a moose because for some strange reason she just kind of looks like one. Mia looks like a moose. Mia looks like a moose's baby. I don't know what you would call it because that's a hard face. That's a hard face to look at when it comes to Mia. Oh God, it's like Stonehenge.
I know you're not saying she's looking like Rocky from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
I didn't say that, but you did.
Giving us moose.
But to me,
okay. Lisa, I'll come to you. Then I'm gonna go to Toya. But Sebastian, what do you want to add?
Okay, first of all, Family Fun Day was a flop.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing. That thing was nothing. Might as well just told them to stay home. But the thing is, if you really look at it, it was last minute. She did this to bite Wendy.
Yeah.
And it did sting. It did sting. Wendy was hurt. Because that's one thing you don't do to people. You don't bring kids into an adult situation.
Right.
But you know, Robyn wouldn't know about Felix because allegedly that she was also with the man that she gave her husband's money to.
Oh Lord. I done heard everything.
That's it.
Thank you. Go ahead, Kirk. Then I gotta go to Toria and Lisa. Go ahead, Kirk.
Oh, Toria can go.
Go ahead, Toria.
I really don't have nothing to say about it. It was a whole disaster, and the whole thing was stupid to me. They could have left that whole scene out. I think that was just a fill-in episode because they ran out of stuff.
Yeah.
It was boring. It was boring.
I'm gonna say this right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I don't know why Charrisse had not realized, baby doll, Carrie do not like you. Okay, let's move on. Okay, she do not like you, and I think the next week we're gonna get to the bottom of the situation. You know, Charrisse doing some old dirt like she did with Monique. I hear running that mouth, talking about other people's business. But you remember when Gizelle brought up your business, you in the fireman. You didn't like that, but you out there running your mouth about other people's business. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I always say, shut your mouth. So now Karen do not like you, boo, and she's never gonna like you, and you're not gonna be the queendom of Potomac. That is Karen's position because Karen said people have gave that to her, and she said ain't nobody gonna take that position from her. Okay, not even you. She said because Charrisse do not even live in Potomac no more. She had to sell the home with the champagne room. Okay, where she spent thousands of dollars on. And I don't know why she did that for. I would do something else to the house, you know, knowing she.
Well, you know, all of them are kind of chasing this idea of what they're supposed to live up to on TV. I mean, like Dr. Simone or not, but she pretty much said it. She's been in her same house for 22 years. The rest of them are, they buying into the dream. And the
so
thing
Dr. Heatherly, Dr. Heatherly had her 49 acres or whatever it is for a long time, and she ain't going nowhere. They want to talk about her house is owned, but it's hers.
Now wait, now y'all don't upgraded her to 49 acres?
Well, I don't know how much it was.
It's 47 acres.
47.
That was Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie renovated her home. She renovated her home. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't blame. I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? But hey, no, Charrisse, you need
Dr. Jackie, Lisa, Dr. Jackie purchased another home and then renovated that purchased home. She didn't renovate her home.
Right.
Okay.
She purchased another pricey home and then threw a whole bunch of cash in it to renovate it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, then.
But before we move on,
let's move on. Before we move on, go ahead.
Before we move on, we cannot forget how the Grande Dame, the mother of the show, the queen, told Robyn how wrong she was and not to invite Wendy. You should have moved past your pettiness and invited Wendy and her children to Family Day.
Yeah.
So
yes, she did.
I want to give the Grande Dame for leaving and fleeing when Charrisse comes, even though Charrisse is not a full-time cast member. At least she's really speaking up the truth and telling what really should have happened instead of just, being a complete butthole like Robyn was.
Well, and did you see how Gizelle piped up and was like, "But you weren't there. Did nobody ask you?"
Right.
Dr. Jamal,
I totally have always.
Dr. Jamal won't have Family Day either. Mind your business.
I totally felt like, the Grande Dame. She always said that was self-proclaimed Grande Dame. So how is somebody who calls theirself Superman the official Superman? I'm not sure how that works because, like Robyn said, as far as connects, networking, and status within the community, Charrisse was and remains a realer Grande Dame than Karen. And I feel like that's Karen's real beef with Charrisse. It has little to do with the firemen. It has little to do with the blue-eyed guy that gets to take freaking Grande Dame self-proclaimed everywhere. I think it has to do with
speak it, daughter. Speak it.
Damn curves.
I don't believe that. I believe with something.
Okay, so hold on, guys, because now she got me shaking over here. I'm shaking a little bit. You're trying to take the title from the Grande Dame Karen and give it over to Charrisse?
I can call myself the Grande Dame too.
No, but she is the Grande Dame. But hold on.
She's the Grande Dame.
Okay, Curtis. We're gonna settle this right now. We're gonna go around the room. Emmanuel, who is the Grande Dame? Charrisse or Karen?
Karen, like she said at BravoCon, if anyone else was the Grande Dame, they would be the Grande Dame. They're not. It's her. And at BravoCon, she actually thanked the fans and said, "It's the fans who gave me the name."
No, she gave her own self that name. Watch the show.
Okay, so hold on.
Recently,
hold on. Okay, so Emmanuel, I just need you to answer that question. Everybody in the chat, tell us who the Grande Dame is. Is it Karen or Charrisse? Well, hold on, guys. Okay, so we got one. I'm coming back to you, Curse. Royale, who's the Grande Dame?
Karen.
Okay, I'm trying to tell you. Smoke, who's the Grande Dame?
Karen.
Okay.
MF and Hua.
Let the church say amen. We about to pass the collection plate at the end of this voting process here. Toria, who is the Grande Dame?
I'm standing with my daughter.
You saying Charrisse?
I'm standing with Curves.
She's
come on, Toria. Don't be a Dr. Simone now.
I know, right? So let me
I ain't never liked Kern. I have never hit. I didn't like Kern.
Okay, so wait. Let me just say this. Let me just throw this into the game. So you cannot live in Potomac. You can lose your house, and you can still be considered the Grande Dame. I don't think so.
We're talking about the original. We're talking about the original.
Wait. You just hit the nail on the head, Diva. She lived in Potomac and then had to move out because of raised tax problems, and then had to scratch and claw her way back into a rental.
But
and
she did it.
There. But the whole time, Charrisse has remained in Potomac, whether or not it's in her house. She's remained in Potomac. But I will give it to you guys because I just went and Googled Grand Dame, and it says a woman who is socially prominent, respected and experienced, especially one who is haughty and advanced in age. So go ahead, Karen can have it. She's the Grand Dame.
That's what I'm talking about. So you got to know who you speaking of. You got to know who you speaking of, baby.
Wait, Lisa, wait, hold on 1 second.
Turn down. What's happening?
She's the most advanced.
I've never seen her so pumped.
I know. Listen, no. I love you. Wait, hold on 1 second, Lisa. I'm coming to you. Lisa, hold on 1 second. I'm coming to you. You know, Curve started to throw a curveball in there. Okay, like a name, she tried to throw a curveball in there, but we caught it. We caught it though, right? Because the vote wasn't going in her favor, right? She want to call for a re-election, but we're not doing it. We're not going to be deterred. We're not going to get this train off the track. The vote will continue. And if Charrisse loses, she loses. Lisa, all I want to know is who is the Grand Dame?
She's not the oldest, Karen.
Karen, Curve just said the definition of it, that's representing Karen, baby doll.
Yeah, she's the oldest one, and she has a haughty nature. She's haughty and
you are shady. Girls, you are shady. How can you say that because she's old? She may be old, but she still looks better than Charrisse.
It's the
I agree.
Okay, so hold on. We need to continue on with our voting, please. Can we have order in the election room? Who is the Grand Dame?
Charrisse is the Joker, and Karen is Poison Ivy. Monique is the Grand Dame because she's the richest.
No.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. Pia, who's the Grand Dame?
It would be Karen.
You guys, this was awesome.
The only reason why people are, I can see why anyone would say Charrisse, because technically she does still have some status and pull because she actually was at the Black Panther premiere and she took a picture with Angela Bassett.
Was it the same thing with Jason Lee, where she kind of snuck in and they had to kick her out?
No, it was anybody. If Jason Lee came up behind me and photobombed me, I would slap him. I'd be like, get away from me. We didn't want to hear your story on Love and Hip Hop, and we ain't interested in it now. Thank you. But
taking the picture proof about being a Grand Dame.
She was actually invited, and it was a genuine, picture. But I mean, I'm gonna have to give it to Karen because Karen, she's got. First of all, look, Karen is gorgeous. She's had, out of all the housewives, she has had the most fabulous upgrade of them all. Okay.
See, I love Karen.
We know how she looks season 1.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. Gizzy, GV, Karen, the name, but Charrisse got the connects. Okay. So Ron. Okay. All right. Karen. Monique is not here.
Wait, I didn't even give my vote yet.
I'm coming to you, Shade in the Hood. Yes. Who's the Grand Dame?
This would have been a heated debate if Charrisse was there from season 1 all the way to season 7. Because if I remember correctly, didn't she bring the cast together? And that's how they made the franchise. So I would say Charrisse is the runner-up, only because she hasn't been on the show since day 1, all the way to season 7. But if we get technical, if Karen left the show, then Charrisse would be the Grand Dame.
Are you serious right now? We can retire a title. So Charrisse,
yeah. No, it's Karen. It's Karen.
I appreciate that. And if Karen leaves, she leaves with her title, okay? You got to go, you got to be a stand-up, measure up to get that title. She has the fragrance, the Grand Dame, okay? You cannot take her title from her. She is who she is, that's her title. And now you coming back out of nowhere after all these seasons and you gonna come for me? No, we're not doing that. Let's do this final scene here, okay? And with Ashley, I said it last week, and I'm gonna say it again. Can we send a lifeline to Ashley? She needs a phone call. She needs a phone a friend. She
Nope,
needs
nope,
something.
nope, 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 nope.
I'm gonna tell you why though. First
Okay.
of all, you got this darn publicist who gets an F. There's a lot of F's given out today. Robyn gets hers for Family Fun Day. Okay. Ashley's publicist gets hers because she was just behind the eight ball. She messed this whole divorce separation situation up royally. Okay. Who else gets the F for the day? I'm trying to think.
Robyn gets an F for that brunch lunch she had with Candace and her husband too, because it's just, I feel like Robyn is playing both sides of the fence. You know, you're trying to be cool with Candace and everything, but then you're trying to turn around and, you know, not justify, but low-key justify what Gizelle is saying by not really killing it. Like, she gets.
You notice how phony Gizelle sounded too, saying Family Fun Day all the time? She sounded so phony.
Well, I mean, Gizelle gets an F period, especially when they opened the scene and she was like, I got my house going. I got a circular driveway. That house looked the same since season 1. Ain't nothing changed.
And Wendy gets
trying to
an
be
F
the grand dame.
And Wendy gets an F.
Oh, you said Wendy? Wait, why does Wendy get an F?
Wendy gets an F because as the Nigerian queen, you don't say that my children are hurt from not going to the Family Fun Day. Put your Nigerian kids on the bus, tell them they're kings, and send them on their way. They have to go to school and life goes on.
Yeah, and how would they know that they're missing out on this Family Fun Day?
Honestly, it was so boring, I wouldn't take them there.
That's right.
She didn't miss out on anything. But let's get back to Miss Ashley, right? Ashley's, in this car. The news breaks that do me a favor, Lisa, mute because I hear your fan. The news breaks because that her and Michael are getting, a divorce or they're separated. Michael is all in his feelings. He won't pick up the phone because they're bashing him and slamming him and tearing him down. He's getting the brunt end of this divorce, and they're praising Ashley, saying it's about time she needed to leave him, so forth and so on. And now, Ashley wants to say that Michael wanted to hold out on putting out their statement. The publicist said, here's the thing. Even if Michael said that he wanted to hold out before putting out this, collaborated statement about them separating, she should have said, the publicist should have advised against that. Because if you are filing papers in an actual courthouse to say that you are legally separating, then there's a potential for this thing to leak out. And that's why I'm giving that darn publicist an F. And yes, Miss True Kelly, I forgot to add this into the situation. See, they all lie. Because Ashley told us in order for a separation to be legit, y'all cannot sleep together. But yet, this particular episode, Ashley's going to tell us how Michael went to get a vasectomy because that's why he slowed down on sleeping with her, because he's afraid that she was trying to get pregnant. What you doing, Ashley? You're all over the place. First, you're not sleeping together. Then you are sleeping together. But then he's scared to sleep with you because he thinks you're about to have another baby. And you say you're not trying to do that. But in your confessional, you are trying to do that because you said it was pretty sad. It gets you really emotional and sad to know that you cannot have another baby by Michael Darby. Ashley needs help. I want to send her a lifeline. I need her to get a publicist. I need her to get a lawyer. I need her to get a real friend. These friends that are coming to her house, they're not helping her. I'm scared for Ashley. Ashley needs help.
That publicist deserves an F.
But I'm coming to you. Is there anybody else out there that will please like to give Ashley a lifeline? Save Ashley. Hashtag
really,
save
Royer?
Ashley.
Really, Royer?
Yes.
Well, she made me side with Gizelle.
Ashley is tied up in a marriage with a man that has been manipulating her for years.
Yes.
And the way you read her CVS receipt the other week, Smoke, I attribute those actions to being with an individual like him.
We're not gonna do that.
No,
we are gonna do
on
that.
it
No,
is.
we're not. We're gonna do that. No, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna hold a old butt naked freak man like the Michael Darby responsible. Another sister who was a capable of adult and knew what kind of relationship she was entering with that man when she got in. She knew she agreed to the conditions of that relationship.
She is mentally not a capable adult.
Didn't Michael grope a producer?
What capable adult would go and buy a house with a man that they are getting divorced with? You are
the
not
same
financially
people who on her first season was Google searching her castmates, airing out her financial issues. The same one who was coming about people's marriages. The same one who was basically trying to argue with Candace about being a beauty queen. The same one who says she wants to get pregnant but was out here drinking like a fish. We can go on and on and on about all the things that Ashley's calling people weak. Calling. Are we going to forget how she called? What's that girl's name? The girl with the short hair, Katie. Calling Katie weak when she knows she was like mentally disrupt. So we're not going to sit here and try to throw a lifeline with someone who has done nothing but cause chaos and devastation on the Potomac season. And now that her time has arrived, her ass is getting dragged, rightfully so. And I'm here for every minute of it because it's what she deserves.
Didn't she know that Michael liked threesomes?
She is married to someone who manipulates. A manipulative individual is going to do whatever they can do to keep the attention off of them in their marriage so that they can continue to do what they do. It's obvious. It has been obvious that Michael
Didn't she manipulate Michael, though?
And so what would a horrible person do? Just like Donald Trump did. You try to get with somebody who doesn't look as horrible so that you can do what you do. But eventually that stuff starts to rub off on that individual because you're continuously feeding them to be
her. Okay, so hold on, because I know everybody got strong feelings about this. Let me just go around so I make sure I get to everybody, right? And I said this last week. There's got to be a serious, high-level campaign. And Smoke, you're making me almost want to fall on the other side of the fence. I forgot she did throw a lot of smoke in the game. She did throw a lot of heat. But
everybody. Not only that, tell Monique she's a drunk driver. But no, we have to be fair. We have to be fair. We have to be fair.
Wait, hold on, guys. Here's the fence. I'm still on the side of Ashley, but I'm leaning close here. I'm about to fall over. Somebody got to bring me back. Because I want to save Ashley. Is there anybody in the building that's going to say hashtag save Ashley? Toria, let me come to you really quickly. Are you saving Ashley? This is serious stuff here.
Nope. The only thing Ashley did good to me is today she slayed Halloween because she dressed up like Gizelle, Candace.
Oh yeah, I saw those pictures. I saw them.
They did the side by side and she laid it down. That's the only credit I give her. She has talent with some of them things. But no, Ashley just sticking with Michael for the money, and she gets in everybody's business and she talks about everybody's marriage, and she's phony, and I ain't saving her because the girl is phony. She knew when she got with Michael, she was young. He wanted threesomes, foursomes, fivesomes.
Fivesomes.
He done flipped her and mopped her up every which way but loose. He done did it to her in the kitchen, the bathroom, the one washing. And he done flipped her upside down, hung her upside down, and Ashley was for all of it. She knew what she got when she married Michael. I don't feel sorry for her. And she kept running her mouth to them girls on the show and think not one of them was going to sell the story to the tabloids. They all talk to the tabloids. I don't feel sorry for her. No, Diva, we're not saving Ashley. No.
Hashtag drag
her.
Okay, so Roy, we're losing. They saying that Smoke rests his case, bam, and he nailed it. Okay, Toria. So
if that's the case, then we don't need to save nobody on reality TV. We don't need to save nobody nowhere.
Royer, no one was back. So why should Ashley get grace after all the devastation she has done and her on all seasons of her show? Why should she be extended grace? Because what is the reason? I really would like to know.
Okay, so hold on, Royer.
Well, I have a question.
Wait, hold on, guys. I'm coming to you, Shade in the Hood, but let me go to Pia first. Pia, are we saving Ashley?
Oh, hell no.
Oh my God.
No, we're not saving her because she is the one who put out the rumor about Chris. She put it out there. That's why her and Candace are not or this friendship is not going to last.
Hold on 1 second, P. I'm coming back to you. Roy, look at this mess my baby daddy wrote. Now you need to get him because he needs to stop all this nonsense up in the real house.
Oh, baby daddy, you doing too much now.
I need you to move over. He need to get on the live chat and get in the private chat. Like,
oh no, he's not. That's too much right there. I'm sorry, Pia. Go ahead.
I mean, that's why her and Candace are not friends period, because of the fact that she's the one that put this story out there about Chris. And I'm sorry, but let's take a moment and give it up to the shady cameraman who caught the fact that Chris was not staring at Stonehenge face Mia.
Right.
And wasn't even thinking about Gizelle. So I mean, no, Ashley, I'm not going to save her. I'm not going to give her grace. She's still doing her dirt, but it's covert.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but I don't think I could marry, an ass grabber.
Or an undercover like DL man. Like, let's say Michael is bisexual, which is nothing wrong with that, but clearly Ashley knew what he liked and the way he liked it, and she participated willingly. He didn't just throw some hypnosis in front of her and just capture her from Sheila in her bag with from under the bridge. He didn't do that.
Okay, so Pia's not saving. Somebody sound Pia's
so you say
Michael's
responsible for Ashley kicking her mama out their house?
People manipulate. That is what manipulation is. When you get into someone's head and you manipulate them, you can get them to do whatever you want.
So, Royer, where does Ashley's personal accountability and her grown womanness kick in? Where does that come into play?
A grown woman, that's the thing. You can see.
How old was she?
Not a grown woman.
Okay, so hold on. We got to continue on here. Shade in the hood. Are you saving Ashley? Are you saving Ashley?
We gonna talk.
I ain't saving none of them. By the way, if Ashley is this damsel in distress, why did she bother having 2 kids with Michael? I mean, who's manipulating who?
And he didn't want kids.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. She's the manipulator here. We're not going to just pass all the blame because she was comfortable being with him while he was touching other people's bare ass. I mean, we can't be siding here with Ashley and ignore all that she's allowed so far on the show. I mean, she's mocked what? She's mocked Robyn. She mocked Juan and Robyn's relationship. I mean, she's gone down the list.
She made Katie leave a trip early.
But Shade in the Hood, how old is Ashley? Didn't she darn near grow up on the show? So can we cut her some slack? Didn't she come when she was really young? And she had to figure out her way.
Hey, I was clapping my hands when she got the separation.
She wasn't grown enough to be on the show. That was the whole consensus, the whole first season that she was on, is that she wasn't mature enough to be on the show.
I think it was more she was kept the
immaturity was there. It was questionable about the whole time with her marriage with him. So obviously that was red flags for everybody. She is being manipulated. It's obvious. The way she was driving around in circles in the neighborhood trying to get in contact with this man, that is manipulation at its finest. He has her so locked in that she can't even figure out. She don't even realize I am actually going through a divorce. And the fact that this information got out is good because now I'm going to get my money regardless. I've already had 2 children.
Well, technically no, because even that's up in the air though, because apparently
he has her so manipulated.
Right.
Can I reply?
She's afraid to be on her own. We gotta give her. Now listen, Yolanda, you know what? I'm not going to ignore her strikes against her. She did insinuate that G had Alzheimer's. I'm not ignoring her strikes, but let's continue on here. E, are you saying? Did I ask you already? Yes, I'm coming to you, Lisa. Are you saving Ashley?
No. And the thing is this, Ashley, and this goes back to what I said in the beginning. Your husband's behavior or your wife's behavior is a direct reflection of you. Michael is a sexual deviant, and so is Ashley. The problem with this is you cannot manipulate the willing. Okay? So Ashley was a willing participant. She willingly signed up for it. Whether she had enough mental cognizance to understand what the long-term effects were, she went along because of the pay. She had the children because of the pay. There's no reason for a woman that looks like Ashley to have children with a man who looks like Michael. It makes no sense unless it's all about the money. You have to make this make sense. And Ashley driving around that neighborhood like she was waiting to pick up her next Uber ride was ridiculous to me. And we cannot say that she's afraid to be on her own. She's looking at properties. I'm not mad at her for getting Michael to pay for that house. That's what he's supposed to do. She has 2 children with him. But we can't say that she's a damsel in distress. She doesn't know what to do. It doesn't take much to go down, get you a condo, sign a lease, get your kids, get a U-Haul, and get your crap and get out. Come on, stop it. Stop it. These people have to come down to real life. It's women who do this every day with only 2 nickels. These are people who have hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not hard to do.
Well,
she's not that dumb either.
You know,
I'm falling.
Welcome to Truth, Diva.
You fall for anything. You will fall for anything.
Come on to our side, Diva. It's okay. We'll welcome you.
But that's just like they say, everything that glitters ain't gold. So that would just be like saying that we all make the best decisions and we choose to do things that are just so right. She got into a relationship in a situation that looked good at the moment. It did. To everybody else, it looked crazy. Did it not?
Roy, here's my thing. I understand what you're saying. I agree with that because I have been in that situation before. The only difference is I'm not sitting here like coming around like Hurricane Ashley destroying everybody else in my path just to make my situation. It's a difference.
She had to deflect. You cannot. When you got as much going on as she had going on in her marriage,
deflect within yourself. Go to therapy. Go to counseling. Do not take it out on your group of friends. They are innocent bystanders to you and your mess.
I think Michael embarrassed her, but I don't think he manipulated her.
Yeah.
Someone said.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Emmanuel, did I ask you already? Are you saving? I asked you.
No, you skipped him.
Okay, are you saving Ashley?
No.
Oh my God!
In the words of Nene, she ain't no damn angel.
So should we not save Nene to come back to Bravo then if we have the opportunity? Nene ain't no angel.
I'm gonna keep it.
You know what? The show is so stale. I want her back.
No. Nene can stay off because if she was Nene from season 1 to 4, Nene from season 1 to 6, I would have her. But she's like season 7 to on.
No, season 6 she was dark though. She was dark.
She wasn't too dark. She was still kind of fun. Now she's no fun at all. She's just a complete buzzkill and jealous of everybody. So I will keep the same energy. No, Nene, stay off the show.
I agree. Nene, don't come back. The door is closed.
The checks are dry too. The checks are dry.
Well, Diva, I guess I'm gonna stand over here on my own. And
No, I'm still with you, boy. Yeah. No, I'm still with you. You know why? Because let me just say this. Let me just say this about Ashley. The thing is, we're going to agree. We ain't going to hide from the truth. She did what she did to all of those people. She was slaying them down, starting mess every season since the first season she started. However, all we're saying is that 2 can be true. She still got into the relationship with Michael. She was in love with him. You know, they always say that sometimes people look for a daddy figure if they didn't have one. So when she got with Michael, he was older. It was almost like he was a daddy figure. It was almost like he was her savior. He was her safe space. She knew getting with Michael, she would never be homeless. With her mother, because they went through what they went through, she was homeless. She had a shaky situation. ... So on that note, Michael was her safe space. So once she got into the relationship with him, he started to, show his true self and say that, listen, I want other people in the bedroom. Ashley felt kind of stuck, right? And so she said, okay. So she said yes to all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I think Ashley only wanted to have her husband, her kids, a safe place to live, her home. And then she ended up with this debacle with Michael. And when she told him, I don't want to do that anymore, Michael was still doing it on his own. And so then every time he went out in the streets and did it on his own, she had to justify it. She justified it only because she knew initially she was down with it. So that's why she gave excuses for him to what he was doing. Not that she was ignoring it. She was giving excuses because she knew at first she used to do it with him, but then she stopped. And so he continued to do it on his own. And so now she doesn't want the demise of her relationship. She wants to have that fairy tale ending. She wants it to be her 2 kids, her husband, a nice house. But Michael is now, like Roya is trying to tell you, he's in her head. He is playing her. First, he told her, you can't get a house without me. Then she finds out from the realtor that she can't get a house. Then he told her, don't put out the statement because he knew he was going to get dragged. She
Can I ask a question? Wait, I want to add something quickly.
Yeah.
With Royer, I'm going to say I wasn't 100% on your side because I do believe Ashley has partaken on the shenanigans. But at the same time, it brings me back to this memory from a few seasons ago where Ashley's mother was struggling and Michael didn't want Ashley to help the mother out. Yeah, I can see some manipulation going on there.
Well, amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Let me ask a question.
Yeah.
Because did I hear you say, because what you're saying, Diva, I like to be logical. That makes sense. Are you saying, did I hear you say Ashley thought she was going to have a fairy tale?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So so Michael is 60 years older than Ashley. And so at some point or another,
60 years?
At some point or another, they were not going to be together. But if you just reminded me of Ashley's history, of being homeless with the mom, and, my heart goes out for sure. But if Ashley is still this fragile and she's unable to proceed forward, then she needs to give she needs to give up custody of those kids to Auntie Candace, because history has a way of repeating itself. If she cannot get into an apartment on her own without Michael, and she's so distraught mentally, she's bound to make those boys that she has experience the childhood she had with her mother. This is a recipe for disaster, don't you think?
No.
And I have a follow-up to E's
She
question.
didn't understand that she would be able, which we've seen that. She didn't realize that she would be able to afford it on her own, i.e. a part of manipulation. If I can get in your head enough to tell you that I don't want you to help your mama and you agree with that after everything that you and your mother have been through, living on your own, being homeless, all of this stuff, if I can get in your head enough and tell you not to help your mama and you do it, I got you. I can tell you do anything. This is the woman that birthed her. And even though her mom did not give her the best living situation, I am going to choose to believe that she did the best she could with what she had. And so that is Ashley thought, well, if I can marry this older man who's got it together, and like Diva said, when you don't have a father in the house, you're always looking for that father figure anyways. So it was the perfect setup. And then not alone, younger people, we always think we can go into a relationship trying to change somebody and they'll eventually change into what I want them to be. And I really think that's what she had the idea of, not understanding that this man is going to manipulate me into doing what I want to do for him so that he can have the benefit of everything. Why? Because he's older than her. He already has the experience. You just
converted me. You made me a believer, and I'm going to tell you when you said that if a man can turn you against your mom, there's some manipulation there. Royer, you got me there, baby. Because I thought about Marceau, Miss Wanda, and Tisha, and we have to call a thing a thing. So you're right. If Miss Wanda is right, you know what? You got to be right here too. You know what? Michael Darby. Oh, he's a manipulator. Yep, he's manipulating. Not Candace. What's the heifer name? What's her name? Ashley. We gotta help her.
Call her a heifer. And been able to get away with it. Imagine what he does off of Bravo. Just imagine if he can do the little stuff that he's done on Bravo and got away with it. Just imagine what he do in this world. And see,
Come on,
these boys,
come
you gotta
up.
stand for what you know, because if you stand for it, people would begin to see the truth. You just can't.
That's right.
Okay, Roy, I see Ashley done drop some money in your Cash App this morning because she knew you were going to come on here today.
Wait.
I have a follow-up question.
I'm the happiest for Ashley right now.
I could definitely use it.
Hold on, guys.
I have a
Hold on,
follow-up
guys.
question. I have a follow-up question for y'all.
And give me a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Well, amen. Amen. Ashley, you winning, girlfriend.
Let's throw the lifelines. The
Ashley.
lifelines.
Yeah,
I'll
she
be
gets the
converted.
lifeline. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, Uncle. What did you
So
want to
here's
add?
my thing. She has been on this show for 7 years now. It's through season 7. You telling me sis didn't like put some money away from her Bravo checks? She gave it all to Michael.
He is in control of the money.
So you believe she gave her all her Bravo checks? No, you're telling me you believe she gave all of her Bravo checks to Michael Darby and didn't keep anything for herself?
People do it every single day. Yes.
I believe Roy, and I will tell you why I believe, because remember, Michael conned Ashley into not telling that realtor that they were getting separated because it was supposed to help her chances of getting the loan. Meanwhile, he had already told. Yes, I believe Ashley trusted Michael with the finances because he's supposed to be the brains. Yes, I believe Roy. He makes sense.
I gotta answer Robin's question. Robin, no, we ain't saving no more hoes. Hoes ain't getting saving no more. Okay.
Hey, listen, we gotta believe it. Roy, you did your job.
But it's true. But people,
We
out
won
of
the
how many
public
people?
vote.
Of law. I do this every day, okay?
Wait, he won the public vote.
Amen.
Where did he win the public vote? It was like 3 versus 20 of us.
I know it is. But still, we won one over. Kai, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this conversation?
Hi. I don't know if we were discussing saving Ashley or not. I'm not saving Football Head because she wanted that man, so she got that man.
Shady, very shady.
I think Ashley is a smart woman. I think she is dumb when it comes to Michael because the fact is, she, again, I always say this every time because I'll be running these YouTube streets. She has already told us that she sees Michael as an authority figure. He also looks like her father and like acts like her father. To me, I'm sorry. I know she's not trying to get to the bag because if this 5-year prenup was a situation, then why are we on year 8 of this marriage? That doesn't make any sense to me. Also, I'm not going to forget that he was also able.
Look up what manipulation is.
I know what manipulation is. It's just the fact that she's allowing herself to be manipulated. Can I finish my point? She allows herself to be manipulated by Michael because she has no problem using her words towards the other woman. She has no problem throwing Michael into other people's faces. Remember when Candace was talking to Gizelle last, I think the season 5 situation, and Candace just simply said, "Are you getting paid too?" And she says, "My husband is a millionaire." Same thing when she did to Wendy. My husband owns the company. She's very proud to be Miss Michael Darby. So you go ahead and you take all that comes with that, which is
Miss Michael Darby,
which is him being only named in that penthouse, which is why he kicked her out that one season and sent her to that sweatbox, as Karen said. If you want to use Michael Darby so badly, you go ahead, suffer through all that. Suffer through all the time he touches people inappropriately. She's never even transparent. How come you've been on the show since season 1, yet it didn't take till season 5 for us to know it was an open relationship and you were doing threesomes? Because you were lying the entire time, acting like you had a monogamous relationship when you didn't. You had an agreement, and that's perfectly fine. But live with your agreement, or actually sit down with your husband and talk it out. You don't get to just have a baby all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden you want to be Mother Nature and Mother Earth, but still terrorizing everyone else.
Sign the dotted line.
Your mother was under a bridge. I'm sorry for that, but that doesn't mean all of us have to hustle the same way you did. So take your garbage with it.
Ooh.
Come on now.
Kai just ripped her a new one.
I don't go for Football Head. I'm sorry. I really don't. This is the same woman who was bringing up people's financial situation season 1. Talking about Robyn, you were living together and that's not conducive to your relationship. Okay, you're the one with 2 young kids stuck in a penthouse, and it, like, oh my God, every time we see that place, it seemed I could barely breathe. Is that conducive to raising a healthy family now? Since you knew everything before you had the kids.
Okay. All right. Okay.
This topic will always be controversial. It will always be controversial.
So
I mean, at the end of the day, it's still manipulation, like we said. Like I did.
Royer.
It is. Here's the thing. I do wholeheartedly believe that all her checks went to Michael Darby, and because first of all, you was getting checks when you asked him to help your mother that time, and he was like, no. So you could have just used your check to do it, but you couldn't because your check was mixed in, right? It was mixed in the bunch. Even with the restaurant, I think it was a big much. Bye, baby daddy. Good night. So I'm talking to my baby daddy there.
I was by him too.
Yeah, but wasn't that season 4, season 5?
He gotta take a nap. Y'all see, I can't with y'all right now. Listen, so I lost my. Okay, so listen, we gotta agree to disagree. We're split. I don't know. We can't call it down the middle right here because we're almost like
we saving Ashley. It's on period.
It's like
I was able to convince people over, so we good.
You convinced one person.
Royer's happy.
Andy, what are you talking about?
We're like Wendy in the business she's trying to get into with Peter. We only got 20% and they got 70%. But you know what? We win some, we lose some. It's all good. But I'm just saying that you'll find out later that y'all should have been kinder to Ashley and hashtag save Ashley when it comes to this particular relationship, because Michael is pulling the wool over her eyes. And he even got to the publicist. The publicist, this is what she do. He should have told Michael, no, we need to put this out and stay ahead of it. So Michael manipulates people.
The publicist did this.
Huh?
The publicist wanted this story out.
Oh, you think she put it out?
I wouldn't put it past her.
Well, Ashley did say she got a small knit group of people who could have did it.
I don't think she put it out. If he's manipulating her, he's manipulating everybody in the circle.
Wait, okay, I have a conspiracy theory real quick.
Yes.
I feel like Michael is the one who wants a separation and he doesn't care what Ashley tells people. Because she cares. I know people go, I'm young, I haven't been married yet, don't have no kids. I know people go back and forth all the time during relationships. But she cares far too much for someone who is trying to move on and also seems to be perfectly fine aligning herself with him, even though she's ready to give up the relationship. I really feel like maybe, this is another, I'm going to put you in a sweatbox situation where he wants that Miami girl. It really pissed him off. He's like, we're separating. And he's like, you can tell people you're separating from me. I don't really care. And then eventually they do what they always do. And they're like better than ever, which is why they're still living together to this day. That's like one of my little conspiracy theories that's been popping in my head. Maybe it's not Ashley's real decision. Because she's also, like, I feel like it might be more of Michael's decision than it is Ashley's with this whole separation.
No, it probably is. Listen, Ashley, for whatever it is, Ashley still loves him. Ashley's still in love with the idea of I want to have this family with my husband and my kids and the dog and the picket fence and all of that. Ashley, listen, Ashley doesn't want to let this thing go, but she's not. It's not unusual. There's a lot of women in her situation that feel the same way. So we're gonna wrap this up. The episode was the episode. Y'all obviously don't want to save Ashley, and I can't beat y'all down about it anymore. Ashley's on the island by herself. Ashley, I'm praying for you. This thing with Robyn and her not inviting the kids to the family fun day. You know what? It was messy, but guess what, Wendy? Your day in the park with your kids and your husband in the picnic basket was better than family fun day. So, be happy you didn't waste your time driving to wherever it was. You didn't miss out.
That's why Karen left.
Yeah. Well, Karen left because Charrisse was there. And I do believe she's avoiding Charrisse for a reason, but she can't avoid her forever. It's about to go down. So let's go ahead, Smoke. You want to say something quick before I close out?
He just put in the chat, fire neck and ankles.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. They ain't never firing Gizelle. And at the very least, this is the one of the bigger times where I saw Gizelle go gutter low. She's still trying to stick to this mess about Chris, and I really don't like it. I'm curious to see how this thing is going to pan out in the end. I think it's super messy, and I think it's going to go down. It's going to go down at the reunion in terms of that particular situation. She needs a man, period. But I think what Gizelle should do is she should go on a dating site. She needs to do something.
She needs to go with Sutton and find a man.
No, Gizelle needs to go to therapy and get some real help. Gizelle has some issues that she has not dealt with from her marriage with Jamal. She's got some childhood issues. She's got some real trauma.
Royer, do you recommend that for Ashley, though?
I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, I really do. And Ashley has been in therapy. She was going to marital therapy and therapy by herself. I've yet to see Gizelle do anything. For Gizelle to be as old as she
Gizelle went to that therapist. Remember, remember where these therapists on these shows, they're questionable. They're questionable. They're not helping anybody. I have yet to see one of these professionals that they seek out really stand the test of time. Now we know that Ashley's publicist ain't worth a dime.
Diva, you remember Erica's therapist?
Yes.
That lady wasn't doing a thing to Erica.
You talking about the one she was zooming in?
Yeah, the last few episodes where she had that therapist enabling her behavior, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, listen, Nick Cannon got on the TV with a therapist or something with a therapist too, and she was a joke too. These therapists are messing. They're playing games. Go ahead, Smoke.
Not only that, but you see, none of these reality shows, they don't call Iyanla Vanzant to do those kinds of conversations with them.
They don't want the
because they know it's up. They don't want that. No,
Iyanla would tear Erica up.
She would tear all of them down. She'd be like, "Really?" I was like, "If you're gonna ask me to be on this, be ready for some real hard truths on national TV."
She didn't even got to say nothing. It would be a look of the eye, and they would fall apart because
they would fall apart.
Yeah.
Erica would turn into dust.
But listen, guys. Oh, hey, Val. Nice to see you here. Yes, everybody. Listen, on your way out, hit that like button. Thanks for stopping by. Tomorrow night, I will be doing reunion part. What was this? Part 2.
It was good. It was good.
It went down. It went down. Okay. So Married to Medicine Part 2 reunion. We will be doing it tomorrow night. Hope to see y'all 8 p.m. Thanks, guys.
Diva, did you see her dress?
Whose dress?
Contessa.
Yes, and I still love it. Don't just start with me. Y'all
She looks better than Jackie, in my opinion.
Boy, yeah, they trying to Michael me. They trying to manipulate me.
I agree with Shade in her hood. I didn't like the beret in her hair. If she didn't have the beret in her hair, I think it would have been a good, solid look.
Did y'all see Jackie's dress, though? That was a hot mess.
Dr. Jackie?
Well, Diva gave us instructions last week. She told us to go back and relook at the fashions because we're going to talk about it tomorrow again. So we got to definitely do that.
Toya was homely, though. Toya was homely.
Yeah. Well, Toya, I will say this. She was at the bottom of the list. When I saw her more and I saw her standing up, and I think I looked at her Instagram or whatever, that dress was not reunion material ready at all.
Beachworthy,
yeah.
But listen, guys, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you to all my members. I will see you tomorrow night for Married to Medicine Part 2 reunion. We're gonna get it in. Talk to you later.
Can't wait.
Love y'all. Bye.
Ashley, me and Roy here. We're saving you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Saving our ass.